Good evening to DeFiChain News on the 13th December 2023, the news show that provides you with the latest updates on DeFiChain project. If you like the show, then let's go crazy on the like button. It wakes up the algorithm and helps the project. Subscribe and click the bell button so you will not miss any show here in future. And stay until the end because we will discuss the next shows and dates. Afterwards, we also have some time to answer your questions, so please put them here in the chat. But before we start with the headlines and the content, I would like to welcome my co-moderator and expert of DeFiChain, Lord Mark. How are you on this Wednesday?
Very well. So where are we on this Wednesday? Here we are. Hey, doing well, doing better than yesterday and the last days. It was a little bit turbulent here, I would say,
time,
right?
or
Exactly.
really crazy time. We didn't prepare a slide because exciting times or frustrating times.
My bad.
We cover the headlines. No issue. We cover the headlines now just in a verbal way. We will spend a lot of time for the first topic, DeFiChain status. Where are we? What happened? Short summary, outlook, what we can say. And then we come to more or less the regular points, MetaChain updates. Here also a lot of things are happening. And last but not least, notable mentions, the community projects and updates, and the future dates.
Absolutely.
So we thought, let's talk about DeFiChain, the status, what happened. You did some research because we are both not a lawyer. You tried to find out everything you can as background information. What is currently ongoing on Bake? Or what does it mean? Give us a summary of the events.
Crazy. Thanks, DC. Crazy days. Let's start from the very beginning. I think all started really boiling up on the 1st of December. Bake was informed. So Usin filed a request or a lawsuit on the 1st of December. Cake or Bake found out about it on the 6th of December in Singapore, stating there's a shareholder dispute and he wants to dissolve the company. Of course, this hit the mainstream media and of course Twitter and the community, and everybody started panicking. There was only one statement from Usin on X but no detailed information. He just mentioned he is not agreeing what Julian is doing. We don't want to rate that in some way. We try to really give here a neutral information because we don't have background information. We just collect data that we can find on internet. Then, like I said, I'm not a lawyer. I studied a bit of law, but not enough to understand that. So I had to use ChatGPT. It's actually a pretty good source when it comes to legal topics, and Google. And I also called a friend who is a lawyer who helped me then to put a little bit light on the whole thing. So what's going on? Usin seems to have a dispute with Julian, and it looks like he has the feeling that this cannot be handled internally, so he put it in public. And that's why it was also on the news in Singapore somewhere, at least on a newspaper. And it means there's a lawsuit called a minority oppression with winding up the company based on just and equitable grounds. So what does this mean in detail? The minority oppression comes from that he's a minority shareholder. So he wants in some way that the whole thing is handled by the court and that the court supports him in his request to dissolve the company. Winding up of the company, he wants in some way to close the company, see what assets are there, and then see what liabilities are there. They're going to be subtracted or added together, and then you see what's the company worth, and then one person has to buy out the other person. Why does he want to do this? Because he thinks it's just and it has to be solved by the court. This is something what I've been told is a very common thing. If two shareholders cannot agree on things, then they are searching for some support from a higher legal entity, and that's in that higher legal authority, and that's in that case a court in Singapore. Of course, that's not a very nice thing, but what does this mean? So what will the court most likely do? And everything what I say is my personal opinion and what I read and what I've been told. This is no inside information. I could be wrong, but there are 2 points it seems the court is looking at. First is there enough liquidity to run the company? So is the company still a going concern? Can it be ongoing over a longer period of time? And the second one is there a dispute between the shareholders? From statements from Yusin on Julia in the past that there's a big runway and there's a lot of liquidity, we assume, or I assume, that there is enough liquidity there, but who knows, right? The second thing is, are they having a beef with each other? It seems to be, otherwise it wouldn't end up on media and it wouldn't end up in court, right?
Very obvious, yeah.
Yeah, very obvious, right? To state the obvious. Yeah, sorry for that. But the point is, what will the courts do? So there are 3 kind of actions that the court can take. First one, the court says, okay, liquidation has to be taken care. There's not enough financial resources. Let's close the whole thing. Most likely, very unlikely, if it's true that there's enough liquidity, and normally courts don't close a running business because there are also employees and a lot of issues that play into the whole thing. But what do we know? Second thing is the courts can reject the whole case and say, listen, guys, don't be stupid. Figure it out by yourself. You're 2 grown-up people. You founded a company together, so also solve that. Sue each other in a private case or whatever, not our business. The third thing is the court could say, okay, we see there's a dispute. We have to help here. We bring some, we are going to do some assessment. And then based on this assessment, one person has to buy out the other one. This is another opportunity. What will happen? Who knows? We are not the court of Singapore. And the only thing is that we know on the 22nd of December, actually everybody who has a dispute, according to that court case, can bring in a dispute and say, I don't agree. I don't want that the company is going to be closed. And Julian tweeted this afternoon, he's going for the fight. Cake's for sure not going to be closed. Everybody else, of course, who is involved in that matter can also bring, according to this case, kind of information to the court and say we disagree and we want this not to happen. Mm-hmm. That's all we know. That's not inside information. That's common knowledge. Just do some reading. If you don't believe my words, Google it, figure it out, ask a friend who studied law, then you know it better. Mm-hmm. We wanted to bring that up not because we are involved in that, but there's a lot of uncertainty and doubt out there. And I hear from so many people, Cake's closing down, our funds are not safe, it's going to spill over to DeFiChain. And now, DC, let's talk a little bit about why is this important for us. So first of all, we are not Cake, we are DeFiChain. DeFiChain is a decentralized project. We know that Bake is an important partner for DeFiChain, but there are centralized exchanges, there are decentralized exchanges, there are ways in and out on DeFiChain. There is a bridge that is existing. There are actually 2 bridges, one on BNB and the other one, the Quantum Bridge, where you can get in and out. And there's the DeFiChain Labs team. DeFiChain Labs team was founded to take care of all the matters of DeFiChain. There's a marketing team, there's a growth team, there's a development team, there are all the core developers inside. Of course, they are funded at the moment by Cake, but there's anyway already a plan ongoing to make it a DAO, to make it funded by community, to make it funded by other people who think that's a great idea. Yeah. So we are on the way to be less and less dependent on Cake. So whatever happens to Cake, we wish them all the best. Hopefully they figure it out. But it's not our topic. And that's why I also don't understand why people are going so completely crazy. Yes, Bake is in some way important, but if Bake's not there, we can still operate and work. DC, maybe your 5 cents or 2 cents on that story. How do you see that?
Yeah, you're completely right. DeFiChain Labs was created to be more independent of Cake, for sure. Currently, they are paid by Cake so far, but maybe also this event will now push it more further to be this DAO, decentralized organization, and funded in another way. We will see what the future brings. I think that's the right way. For sure, we will need some time, so the dependence to Bake will exist for some time, but step by step, we are getting more and more independent. And also regarding how how's the contribution of the core developer or compared to the projects on Meta chain. Yeah, more and more projects will build on it. For sure, we need the core developers, but this is more than just this one, and I think this way we should go. I think what we can add is also that Julian said several times full commitment to DeFiChain. He also participated in the Twitter space on Saturday, just 2 days after everything goes through the newspapers. He joined the Twitter space, gives some insights, his commitment. He's still in the community. He wants to bring DeFiChain back, want to build. And I think, we should do the best as a community out of the complete situation, because Bake is a company. It's not in our hand, especially now the court is in charge, not we. We should focus on the things we can do. And I see getting a community stronger and stronger. And create initiatives. Currently, everyone said, let us make DeFiChain great again. What is the way to do this? Bring DUSD back to the pack. I don't know where it started and when exactly, but since Monday evening, yesterday morning, a lot of people bought DUSD. The price is even higher than before the crash. So really strong buying. And I see a lot of activity also on X or Twitter. And people are coming together and want to help, want to push everything. And I think this is the way we should focus on, because the other side we cannot influence. Stay together and make DeFiChain great.
Absolutely. And DC, I think DeFiChain itself was never better than it is today. And that's a crazy thing, right? Even the value doesn't really reflect how well DeFiChain is running. The chain is running smoothly, DMC is deployed, first project launch, so it was never a better project. It's not reflected by the price, and it sucks. We all know that. We dumped 50% over the last couple of days, but we're gonna recover, and hopefully everything's gonna be all right. I think that's all that we can say. So don't get fooled by the haters and don't get fooled by media. This is all not nice what's happening there. We would have wished this would not have happened, right? Because we want peace and silence and happiness and to see prices flourish, right? I mean, who doesn't want? I mean, we don't want to be destructive, but things happen. So fuck it and continue and make it even better. Sorry, my bad language here. Cool.
Then I think enough for the current state and what happened. Then let's look forward, make DeFiChain great. And one thing is building on DeFiChain, especially on Meta chain. And here we have also a big update, which was not in the focus of many people, but I think we should bring it into the focus, because this is the future. Give us the update here.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, there's a fantastic document, a Google Doc that you can have a look at, where DC always puts all the data together, all the projects. There's always a disclaimer: beware where you're investing your money. Only because it's in a Google sheet doesn't mean it's a amazing project. We don't know the actor sometimes behind this project. You can use your entire investment, so do your own research and confirm, trust, verify, whatever you want to do. So now the good things. Jeffsphere, we launched our first project. DUSD staking is live. It has to do with DMC because it's built on the DeFi Meta chain, but it kind of helps to stake the DUSD. What is really important, it was possible to loop your vault with the Light wallet over the last couple of days or a couple of months already, but especially now that there are so juicy rewards, and if you use the product on Jeffsphere, we have about 80% APY at the moment because so much DUSD was burned, so the negative interest rate is far over 40%. And if you use the product, you get actually twice, because the loop gets your funds get looped and looped and looped. And while it's a very tedious activity to do it on the Light wallet, if you do it on the website, it's pretty fast. So you click 2 or 3 clicks and the system takes care of it. It's very impressive. Within the first 2 hours, we locked up about 500,000 USD in the product. So yeah, check it out. Another important thing was launched. Documentation is key. We have a fantastic documentation page, docs.jeffsphere.com, where you find all the videos, all the explanations, screenshots, all the data, everything that you need to use the product. We put a lot of focus on documentation. So we're very proud. There have been a lot of videos. We're all going to link them up in the show notes. And then enjoy DSD staking on Jeffsphere. But we are not the only one who launched this week. Metaland launched, and the Metaland platform is now live, also on the DMC. Join their amazing journey and bring DeFi to new heights, powered by collateralized loans at 0% interest. That's also cool. On the good old DeFi chain, you pay about 5% interest on your loans. Here you've got 0% interest, so let's see how that plays out. They already locked up 1.5 million DFI in troves. Troves are actually vaults. They call it troves. On DeFi chain, we call it vaults. It's more or less a similar system. And we're going to link up the tweets that explains everything from the eBox team. Congratulations to the successful launch. Then VanillaSwap, who launched recently, they added now a couple of farms. So there's Van USD, Van HOSP token, and MUSD DFI. The Van HOSP pool, the rewards are actually paid by the community for the community. That's also an interesting concept. So all the rewards are coming out from donations. And there's also a post about their last farm that they launched, MUSD DFI. So more and more staking, more and more liquidity farming opportunities on DeFi chain more than ever before. And then DMC Universe constantly adds a lot of new information and token and all the stuff about MetaMask. So yeah, follow them as well. UDC, that's everything that happened on DMC for this week.
Yeah, it's really great. Yeah, new DeFi protocol live. It's not an easy one, honestly speaking, but also opens a lot of ideas, trading positions you can do. You can mint the USD. You can leverage DeFi. A lot of things. Do your own research before putting into money. Yeah, because every protocol has his own mechanisms, works in a specific way. But really great to see the people using it. You said 1.5 million DFI. That was yesterday evening. Now it's more than 1.8 million DFI locked in the troves. So it's used by the community. And maybe next week we have new numbers there. Numbers, the right word. Notable mentions. Give us another number.
Another number. 140,000 DFI were burnt with staking coin rewards from Bake. So what they do is they use the collateralized assets, put them into staking, and then Ethereum, Solana, and so on produces rewards. These rewards get swapped in DFI and then burned. So that's also a contribution by the Bake team to strengthen the whole DeFi system. And then there was a fireside chat last week. Honsan was here, the man from the woods. He is one of the master traders from the DEX trading team. Super cool young guy, coming from based in Prague, and he was on a fireside chat with me, and he explained how you become a master trader. Check it really out, because he is not a trader who has been doing this for many years. He kind of learned it on the way, and I find it was an excellent interview, about an hour long, and he got up at 4:30 in the morning to do the interview with me. So this was absolutely fantastic. Thanks a lot, Honsan, for coming on the fireside chat.
Good. Then, community projects and the updates. Yeah, I was thinking about, we still have the old ones, yeah?
Yeah, the oldest but goldest, like we always say. So DEX Trading Master Competition 4 is going strong. Actually, it was considered to be man against machine, but it looked like the machines, they were folding before the whole thing actually really started. They had a crazy weekend with all the DFI going down, followed by BTC drop this morning, or actually this was yesterday, right? That has shaken down up the leaderboard, but the average gain now after one full week of trading is 22.2%, what is actually pretty crazy. Man of the Woods, which just mentioned him, Honsan, made already a 2x on his initial investment in this trading competition. Voyager, who was runner-up on DTM3, has climbed to second place. So we see now more players who went through the workshops and learned in the previous DEX Trading Masters, and they are now going into the top 10. So it seems that these workshops really help to make them stronger. So if you have the opportunity to join one of these workshops, then let's do it. It also shows that there are a lot of trading strategies, and it's really important also about protecting their downside. This seems to be in this volatile market the best strategy. So if you're doing so, don't forget to protect your downside. Alex always says traders love volatility, lots of trading opportunities. I think for the hodlers is the volatility sometimes a little bit a pain in the butt.
It hurts.
But it hurts very much, yeah. But the traders, they love it. They want volatility because then you can trade. Nothing is worse than something going sideways. And a big BITI vault was liquidated, so that's a Bitcoin vault. Keep a watch out and safeguard your vaults if there's liquidity. What is that? The last DEX trading news. There's a YouTube. Oh, I haven't seen that. There's a video on YouTube about the latest DEX trading news. Oh, I have to watch it. Alex is always doing a great job summing up everything, what's happening. Check that out. We link it in the show notes. Then, last but not least, Paddy with his In the Market newsletter that is now published only twice per week because he's so busy. There's, of course, he called it Cake Drama Summary, Vanilla Farm, Jeff's Fear Listing, and there's like always the English and the German version this year.
Yeah, that's it from the good old ones. And with this, we are at last topic of today's show. Future dates, what is happening next year on the channel. And yeah, give us an outlook. Rest of 2023 is very short.
Yeah, it's the end of the year is approaching. So we're going to go on Christmas vacation on the 27th of December and on the 3rd of January. There's gonna not be any new show. Means next week. This is then actually the 18th. No, hold on. 30th, the 20th of December, right? If I'm correct.
20th,
we're gonna have we're gonna have our the Christmas news show before we take a little break, and then hopefully beginning of next year we're gonna have a tech talk with Prasanna. After the successful DMC launch, I think it's highly in demand. So much about the dates, guys.
Yeah, we are at the end of the show. Everyone watching live, put your question here in the chat and we will have a look. And everyone not watching live, thanks for doing it. Give us a like. Check out who is active in the community, how you can contribute. I think we are getting out stronger than before. And with this, have a great time. Hopefully this week is not so crazy than the last week. Or crazy in the opposite direction, that's fine. And we are heading to Christmas. Have a good time.
Absolutely.
See you soon.
Have a good time. Bye-bye. So, and we are back again, and we have some very active participants today. So, let's see what we've got here. DC is here. Hi, DC. How are you today? Then, Crypto Joe. Okay, that's quite a funny avatar here. So, let's see what the lady or the gentleman has to say. Why is DeFi in that terrible state and is now considering that altcoins are pimping? They are actually pumping, not pimping, because I don't see any pimps here. So we demand an explanation and perfect clarity. We demand a plan for recovery. Otherwise, watch it go to zero. So first, I don't know why you demand an explanation and perfect clarity. I think if you're invested in DeFi, I hope you're following along what happened. I think we explained a lot already, and it's part of everybody. It's not DC's fault and his job to solve it. It's not my job to solve it. It's everybody's job. If people are selling, the price is going down. I mean, maybe so much about that. Then he demands answer to the community, answer to the voice of the people. Otherwise, you are no better than mainstream media. We're not mainstream media, we're DeFiChain media, and I think we give a lot of answers here already. If they are really good questions, we are very happy to do so. Stop making these silly faces. I think he doesn't like our thumbnails. Hardly no one believes them
They are
anymore.
hard to work, yeah.
They're hard work to do them, man. And if you understand a little bit about marketing, this is how marketing is made, and it seems to drag you in also. Howdy. So don't forget to leave us a like here. Crypto. Yo, DeFiChain Info is here. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas to you as well. Christian is
Patterson.
here. Christian Patterson is here. Smash the like button. Yeah, absolutely. So don't be so negative. Smash the like button. And you're so welcome to help out here. Do a new show in a language that you can speak. English, unfortunately, is already taken. German, Russian, Italian as well. Build something and help to make DeFiChain better and not sit there and demand all the time. Good, but still, 20% pump, not good enough. We want 1000% pump, trust me. You've got our vote here. So, okay, Roger Medina. Wow, so much text here. I don't know if we have time to go through all of the things. Good morning, guys from Mexico. Hola, long
I think
post,
that's
maybe.
post.
Yeah. Okay, negative interest has helped the system. Yes, absolutely. I don't want to be unpolite here, but let's just skim and DC help out here. What's the information all about? Okay.
Okay, I think the basic question is about negative
Yeah.
interest rate.
Yeah.
What's the intention behind why we do introduced it some time ago? It's to lock the USD in vaults, and you mentioned before Jeffsphere already over 500,000 DUSD. This is put into vaults and minted again DUSD, looped it. So everyone buying DUSD has the opportunity to put it somewhere and get rewards on it. So it's an incentive to not directly sell again. And that is the intention behind why we introduce half of the burned DUSD again as negative interest rate.
Yeah. And then he also mentions the lock pools. The lock pools are not lock pools anymore. The meaning was a little bit changed. Lock pools comes from because there were pool rewards from some used for these locks. They're gonna implement it soon as well. We are working together with the core development team to make that happen pretty soon. The locks are we just lost our background actually. That's interesting. The locks work in the following way. You can lock up your DUSD for a year or two, so they're completely out of the game, and you earn interest on that. This is going to be a very interesting product. Follow along. We're going to talk about this in the near future. This was confirmed with a D50C a couple of months ago.
1 year.
Nearly
1 year ago.
Nearly 1 year. Was never implemented. We push now hard that it's going to be implemented because it locks away a lot of the USD and works like a bond. This is going to be very interesting. Nice APRs. Kugi did some videos about that already. I think they're going to go live pretty soon. Good. The new slogan. You're absolutely damned right. Make DeFiChain great again. That's what we need at the moment. That's a good one. I mentioned the BNB bridge, DC. So maybe you can explain what the BNB bridge was in very quick.
It was a bridge built by Dr. Daniel Kagar. Honestly speaking, I have no link here at the moment. I have to search for it, and I don't know if it's still running in a proper way. But there's a Telegram channel also you can join and check out. That was the bridge.
Exactly. Yeah. And it still works. Is to BNB. Check it out. DC, maybe we can link it in the show notes for the people who don't know what's going on. Good. How safe is the beta of Jeffsphere? Would you personally be okay locking up bigger sums over 100,000K? I locked my DUSD up there. The smart contracts were checked by several people that are very knowledgeable. It's a beta that is actually not a real beta. The thing is live. We named it beta because it just launched. It was tested before. It's doing nothing else than the smart contracts are actually pushing the stuff back to the main to the native layer, and then the other way back. Do it at your own risk. I'm positive that the thing works, but put a little bit inside, see how it works. We have already 730,000 locked up in 3 hours now. I'm very positive. What can I say?
Crazy.
Of course, I believe in the project, but it makes it just easy. It's nothing new. It's just so much easier, and I think easiness, doing things easier is a good thing.
Easy to use.
Easy to use. And maybe last but not least, sometimes it's nice to hear positive comments here. Thank you guys for holding the line. You're doing a great job. I'm holding my position and will also use the new services and spread the word. All the best to you. Thanks a lot, No Name. It's nice to have people here who appreciate what we are doing. Trust us. We also have sometimes bad days, and we prefer to see rising prices than falling prices. So we are not having a good time if the price is going down for sure. DC.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it for
Thanks.
today. Huh?
A little bit over the time. Then I would say have a great time and see you here next week on the channel with the news show and more updates about DeFiChain and MetaChain.
Exactly.
Great times ahead.
Cool. Then
Okay.
have a good day.
Then
See you next time.
see you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.